Breaking news. The first death from coronavirus here in the United States. A man in his 50s dying from COVID-19 infection in Washington state. Authorities describe him as an at-risk patient, but say he had no apparent travel to China. It is one of several new cases there. The governor declaring a state of emergency. President Trump and his team confirming the fatality at a news conference this afternoon and warning Americans not to panic, while also announcing new travel restrictions and advisories, including in parts of Italy and South Korea. The president also defending his administration's response, but less than an hour later before a conservative audience accusing Democrats of trying to weaponize the virus politically. But the number of coronavirus cases at home and abroad continue to climb. The financial markets rocked, and more aggressive steps to fight the spread are just now beginning. ABC's Adrian Bankert leads our coverage from the hospital where that patient died in Kirkland, Washington.
Tonight, the governor of Washington declaring a state of emergency after the first known coronavirus death in the U.S.
We are having increasing cases in the United States, and we expect to see increasing cases locally.
The CDC says a man in his 50s with underlying health conditions has died, and he had no known travel to China. The state also confirms an outbreak at a long-term care facility, 2 people associated with the facility testing positive, and more than 50 patients and staff now being tested.
We're in the process of investigating this situation as an outbreak.
One of those cases is a woman in her 70s in serious condition. President Trump gave a late afternoon press conference before the CDC confirmed the death.
Unfortunately, one person passed away overnight, medically high-risk patient.
The president and his team attempting to calm the nation's fears.
There's no reason to panic at all. This is something that is being handled professionally.
The country as a whole, because we get asked that all the time, still remains at low risk. But when we say that, we want to underscore that this is an evolving situation.
This brings the total number of Americans diagnosed with COVID-19 to at least 69. The CDC investigating at least 8 cases of unknown origin, which means the patients did not travel outside the country, nor did they have contact with symptomatic individuals. At least 3 states, Washington, Oregon, and California, are now seeing cases of community spread. A high school student in Washington among those cases, and possibly the youngest, now in quarantine. The student developed symptoms last week but returned to school after feeling better, unknowingly putting dozens, if not hundreds more at risk.
We elected to close it in an abundance of caution and care for the children and adults in our schools and community.
And in Oregon, an elementary school employee showing symptoms in Clackamas County who may have exposed students and staff. Authorities disinfecting campuses, warning parents to be on alert.
All right, Adrian Bankert joins us now from that hospital in Kirkland, Washington. This is in the Seattle area where the first U.S. patient has died of coronavirus. Adrian, your reporting highlights the developing situation in that state. The governor has declared a state of emergency. Is the federal government sending in additional resources?
Yes, Tom, the CDC is going to be sending staffers here to Washington state to assist both state and local officials dealing with this outbreak. Now, we want to remind our viewers, health officials stress that 80% of coronavirus cases are deemed mild and that those with existing underlying health conditions, especially respiratory problems, are most at risk. Tom?
All right, Adrian, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.